What if you could literally clone your best customers? I'm not talking about just finding more people, I mean finding more of the right people. You know, the ones who are actually ready to buy. Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're unlocking Facebook's Lookalike Audiences to help you find your next great customer without just burning through your budget.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about the biggest enemy of your marketing budget, wasted ad spend. It's like this silent killer of growth, and it happens every single time your awesome ad lands in front of the wrong person.
Really, it all boils down to this one question. Are your ads actually connecting with people who will become your next customers? Or are they just shouting into an empty room? Getting this right is, well, it's everything.
And think about what it costs you. When you're targeting the wrong audience, your acquisition costs can skyrocket by up to 50%. That's half your budget, potentially just gone. Poof, down the drain for every single new customer you're trying to get.
But what happens when you nail it? What's the flip side? Well, the data shows that with the right strategy, you could see up to 3 times higher conversion rates. This isn't just some small improvement, folks. This is a total game changer for your business. So, what is this game-changing strategy? It's called Facebook Lookalike Audiences. And honestly, it's the closest thing you're going to find to a golden ticket for discovering high-value customers who are ready to go. Lookalike audiences are not just guesswork. Not at all. This is Facebook's super powerful algorithm doing the heavy lifting. It analyzes hundreds, maybe thousands of data points, from demographics to online behaviors, to build this incredibly precise profile of your ideal customer. And then it goes out and finds thousands, even millions more people just like them. And this is maybe the most important rule of all. You have to remember, garbage in, garbage out. It's that simple. If you feed the algorithm a list of low-quality leads, guess what it's going to find you? Yep, more low-quality leads. The power here is 100% dependent on the quality of the customer data you give it. So that leads us to the most crucial step, right? How do you actually build that perfect customer clone? This is where the strategy really gets put into action. And the difference between your sources is night and day. High-quality sources, like your best past purchasers or your high-LTV customers, that's pure gold. You're telling the algorithm, hey, go find more people like these. But low-quality sources, the casual website visitors or the people who just grabbed a one-time discount, that's only going to get you a weaker, much less effective lookalike. These right here, these are your A-listers, your VIPs. You want to focus on building your source audiences from people who've already proven they're valuable. And these minimum numbers, they are absolutely critical. They give the algorithm enough data to find real, statistically significant patterns. If you use anything less, you're basically asking it to work from a blurry photo instead of a high-def blueprint. Now, when you create your audience, you have to choose a percentage. Think of it like this. A 1% lookalike is your sniper rifle. It's the most precise, exact match to your source, but it's got a smaller reach. A 10% lookalike, that's your shotgun. Much broader reach, but you lose some of that precision. So if you're launching a new premium product, you start with the 1% sniper rifle. If you're running a broad awareness campaign, maybe use the 5% shotgun. Let's look at a real-world example just to see how powerful that precision can be. A B2B software company put this exact strategy to the test. They used a super high-quality source and that 1% sniper rifle approach. And the results? They were stunning. First off, just by focusing on that high-quality 1% lookalike, they got a 47% lower cost per acquisition. Let that sink in. They were spending nearly half as much to get a new customer in the door. And this chart really just says it all, doesn't it? The hyper-focused 1% audience converted at a rate 2.8 times higher than a broader 5% audience. That is a massive, massive lift in performance just from quality targeting.
But it gets even better. They didn't just find more customers, they found better customers. The average deal size from this precision-targeted 1% audience was 22% larger. More customers, better customers, for less money. Results like these really show what's possible when you get your audience targeting dialed in just right. And if you're ready to see how these kinds of strategies can boost your own business, you can find expert help over at mbibel.com.
Okay, but knowing what to do is only half the battle, right? Let's talk about the common mistakes that can totally derail your campaigns and cost you some serious money. So you're getting great results, but then you just hit a wall. A really common problem is starting with a fantastic source audience that's just too small. You can't scale your ad spend because you literally run out of people to talk to. It's so frustrating.
So the solution here is all about calculated expansion. First, you can carefully expand your lookalike percentage, maybe from 1% to 3 or 5%, or you can blend multiple high-quality sources together to create a bigger super source audience. And of course, you can always strategically broaden your geographic targeting.
Okay, here's another mistake. And this one is so expensive. Are you running campaigns to get new customers, but you're accidentally targeting people who've already bought from you? It's inefficient, it wastes your budget, and frankly, it can kind of annoy your loyal customers.
The solution for this is non-negotiable. Seriously, you must always use exclusion audiences. Before you launch anything, make sure you're telling Facebook, hey, remove my current customers and anyone who has recently converted. It is such a simple step that will save you so much money and make your targeting way sharper. All right, so once you've mastered the fundamentals and you're avoiding those common mistakes, then you can move on to the really advanced stuff, the strategies that truly unlock exponential growth.
Look, an audience is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. It's a living asset. You should be doing a monthly refresh with new customer data to keep your targeting sharp. A seasonal refresh is also key, so you can find people who look like your Black Friday shoppers, not your January shoppers. And that performance trigger? That's your early warning system. If your cost per acquisition starts creeping up by 20% or more, that's your signal that audience fatigue is setting in and it is time for an update.
You know, at the end of the day, the opportunity here is just massive. Your best future customers are out there on these platforms, and they share the exact same traits as the amazing customers you already have. So the only real question is, are you using the right tools to find them?
If you want to make absolutely sure your strategy is perfectly dialed in to find those ideal customers and drive some real growth, you can get a personalized strategy and consultation by visiting us at mbisle.com now.